boxing. It's man's most basic sport. Let's watch the greatest fighters and the greatest fights. It's time for thrilling moments in boxing.
Desert Charles, here walloping the bag, gained recognition as champion by defeating the other top contender, Jersey Joe Walcott. In 1950, he made it definite by outpointing the aging bomber himself. A slow, careful, unspectacular boxer, Charles managed to beat everyone in sight. Then he signed to fight Walcott, whom he had defeated twice, and the third time cost him the crown. No one ever trod a rougher road to the title than Jersey Joe Walcott. His fighting career spanned 21 hard years. Poverty often forced him to quit the ring to become a longshoreman, a ditch digger, a garbage collector. 4 times he had a try at the crown, and 4 times it slipped away. Then suddenly, on the 5th attempt, he was champion. His hometown of Camden, New Jersey gave him a hero's welcome. At 37, the oldest fighter to win the crown, Jersey Joe had proven that faith and determination can overcome great odds, and even hardened fight fans were touched. A year later, Walcott signed with challenger Rocky Marciano, and the title it had taken him 21 years to win was lost by a knockout in 13 rounds. Here, Rocky trains for the second Walcott fight, which his KO made one of the shortest in history.
June 22nd, 1938, Yankee Stadium, New York. Heavyweight champion Joe Louis meets Max Schmeling of Germany for the second time. 2 years before, in the same stadium, Schmeling knocked Louis out in 12 rounds. One of the most astounding upsets in all ring history. It was the first time anyone had knocked out the Brown Bomber, and Joe has always claimed that knockout was a fluke. A huge crowd of 85,000 is tremendously tense and excited. And here we go into round 1. This fight is of great international political importance. When Schmeling knocked Louis out 2 years before, Nazi dictator Adolf Hitler hailed Schmeling's victory as proof of Aryan racial supremacy. But if the Brown Bomber can turn the tables tonight, it'll be a severe blow to Hitler's racial propaganda. Joe's older and wiser now. He's stacked up 11 straight victories since that first Schmeling fight. Now watch the real fury with which Louis punches Schmeling into a helpless halt. Schmeling's strength is sapped by the power and fury of Joe's punching. Schmeling sags against the rope, starts to fall, regains his feet, and the referee counts over him just as though he were on the floor. Man alive, he almost tore Schmeling's head off. Max is down again. Another crashing right, and Schmeling is down. Take a closer look at the sizzling action, the fury of Joe's attack. Look at that power in that right to the side of the head. Over like a bag of flour. But it's not over. Schmeling has courage. He's up at the count of 3. Now watch Joe's combination punching, his mixing of lefts and rights. Schmeling hits the deck again. But he won't stay down. Lewis almost tears Max's head off with a knockout blow. Only 2 minutes and 4 seconds before, Max Schmeling stepped into the ring, strong, powerful, confident. He'd be the new heavyweight champion. Now look at him, a wreck of a man. Third time, there's a towel thrown in from his corner. It's all over. Schmeling, a horribly beaten man. He's taken the worst beating in the shortest time in all ring history.
So Joe Louis proves his right to wear the heavyweight crown. Proves his right to be rated with the greatest champions of all time.
Hello, folks. This is Jim Stevenson taking you back to September 8th, 1950, Yankee Stadium, New York. Willie Pep, world's featherweight champion, meets former champion. Here we are in round 1. That's Willie Pep in the dark trunks, Sadler in the white. Both weigh exactly the same tonight, 126 pounds, the featherweight limit. Sadler's about 3 inches taller. His arms are several inches longer. He has both height and reach advantage. This is the third meeting between Pep and Sadler. Their first fight was in October 1948. Sadler won by a 4-round knockout, and he took the title. The second fight was the following February, and Pep regained his title in a 15-round spectacular decision. Willie Pep is one of the all-time ring greats. He's had 155 fights in his 12 years in the ring, and he's lost only twice. He's 28 years old, 4 years older than Sadler. Pep has heeled Sadler across the face with his gloves, the laces, and the referees warned him. The end of round 1. In the 6th round, Pep's speed and boxing score many points. Now, here we are in round 7 of this 15-round featherweight title bout between world's champion Willie Pep and former champion Sandy Sadler here at Yankee Stadium, New York. Sadler in the white trunks. Outside of that 3rd round, when Sadler knocked Pep to the canvas for a 9 count with that left hook, Pep has kept in control of this fight by his superb boxing. That left hook is Sadler's favorite punch. It's really a half hook, half uppercut. He uses it like a southpaw. It's a difficult punch to avoid. He scored a lot of knockouts with it. Between rounds, Sadler's manager told him to box more and not just try to slug Pep. Sadler has been using his left jab more in the 7th round. Pep looks to be ahead on points so far. The round is over, but Pep has dislocated his left arm and he can't continue. Sandy Sadler wins and regains the world's featherweight title. Jim Stevenson taking you back to June 25th, 1952, Yankee Stadium, New York. World's light heavyweight champion Joey Maxim meets world's middleweight champion Sugar Ray Robinson in a 15-round bout for the world's light heavyweight title. Round 1. Robinson in the black trunks weighs 157.5 tonight. Maxim 173 with a 16-pound weight advantage. The referee is Ruby Goldstein. It's a terribly hot and muggy night. There's been 2 days of rain. This has been the hottest day of the year. The thermometer at ringside shows 104 degrees. It's just like an oven under those ring lights. Big crowd here in Yankee Stadium tonight. 48,000 fans. One of the biggest crowds in fight history. It's a $500,000 gate, a new record for a light heavyweight title bout. This fight was originally scheduled for Monday, 2 days before, but it had to be postponed twice on account of the heavy rain. Most of the experts feel that the 2 postponements have been a disadvantage to Maxim, who had to dry out twice in order to keep under the 175-pound limit. The end of round 1, back in just a moment. In the 11th and 12th rounds, the terrible heat begins to slow Robinson up badly. Now round 13 of this world's light heavyweight championship fight between Joey Maxim, the champion, and Sugar Ray Robinson. Maxim in the white trunk. Robinson hanging on whenever they're in close. He can hardly stand. His strength just about gone. The heat has really got him. Robinson's fighting just through sheer courage. The crowd's all with him, yelling to stick it out. He's far ahead. Just about 7 minutes left in this fight. If he can last it out, he'll probably be the next world's light heavyweight champion. Robinson doesn't have the strength to keep his balance.
Maxim trying desperately to knock Robinson out. You've got to give Maxim credit for lasting so well in this awful heat. The end of round 13. Robinson doesn't know where he is. He can't find his corner. The commission doctor is looking at Robinson. Ray's seconds want him to continue. Only 2 more rounds, only 6 more minutes, and he'd be the new light heavyweight champion of the world. But Ray tells the doctor he can't stand up. The doctor tells referee Ray Miller that Robinson can't continue. He's been knocked out by the heat. Referee Ray Miller calls the fight off. Joey Maxim wins by a technical knockout at the end of the 13th round and retains his light heavyweight championship of the world. But a tremendous roar from the crowd greets Sugar Ray Robinson for his brilliance and great courage.
Floyd Patterson won it all at age 21 and became the first ever to regain the championship after having lost it. Here in 1954, he defends his middleweight crown against Jimmy Slade. First round action sees Patterson dominating Slade, knocking him down. Referee Harry Kessler counts to 8, but Slade holds on through the fight despite Floyd Patterson's continued attack. Another onslaught by Floyd Patterson, but Jimmy Slade perseveres. Now Slade's withstood a beating for 7 rounds. Time after time, Patterson knocks down Slade. And time after time, Slade gets up. Despite these knockdowns, Patterson doesn't get the knockout, but he soundly decisions Jimmy Slade to retain his crown. Rocky Marciano was an unrelenting, smashing, unfazed bulldog who never backed up and never went down to defeat. Despite all other comparisons, he remains the only undefeated champion. Against Joe Louis in October of 1951, Marciano's the newcomer, while Louis has seen better days. Louis has, however, won 8 straight in his comeback, but this fight is a different story. The ravages of time have left Joe Louis a shell. Marciano's clearly the aggressor. A solid left by Marciano knocks Joe Louis down. He takes the count on one knee as referee Ruby Goldstein counts it off. The Brown Bomber tries to hold on, but Marciano's not to be denied. Two lefts and a right combination by Marciano send Louis through the ropes. This is Joe Louis' last fight as Rocky Marciano knocks out a legend. Sugar Ray Robinson considered by many to be the best pound-for-pound fighter ever, takes on Rocky Graziano and makes him one of his 69 career knockouts. It was the World Middleweight Championship in 1952 in Chicago. Sugar Ray Robinson was defending his crown, while former middleweight champ Graziano was looking to regain past glories. Graziano at 160 pounds outweighs Robinson by 2. It's the slugger versus the master boxer. Robinson's skilled combinations repeatedly score. Both men have won their last fights and are lusting after the crown. Graziano is 29, Robinson 32. And here in the third round, Graziano scores a knockdown. But Robinson drops Graziano with a blistering right. That drives the Rock's mouthpiece right out. Sugar Ray Robinson scores one of boxing's greatest knockouts and retains his middleweight title. Archie Moore on the right could do it all. He was a light heavyweight champion who also challenged several times for the heavyweight title. His career spanned from the 30s through the 60s, a feat unmatched in modern boxing. In 1954, light heavyweight champion Archie Moore defended his title against Harold Johnson. It's the 10th round in New York, and curiously, Johnson in the white trunks is ahead on points. Every time things get a little too close, referee Ruby Goldstein steps in to break it up. Now watch a left by Johnson. It leads to a right, which is a knockdown on Archie Moore. Moore's back up quickly, and he has a chance to recoup at the bell. Now it's Moore's turn. A series of combinations. A tie-up by Johnson. And more aggressive action by Archie Moore. Now Moore has Johnson on the defensive. And it leads to an 8-count knockdown of Johnson. Moore's continued assault leads to a technical knockout 56 seconds into the 14th round. A technical knockout allows Archie Moore to keep his light heavyweight crown.
Hi there, folks. This is Jim Stevenson taking you back to June 11th, 1952. Detroit Olympia. Jake LaMotta, former middleweight champion, meets the rugged light heavyweight contender, Irish Bob Murphy, in a 10-round bout. Round one. LaMotta in the white trunks weighs 170 pounds tonight. Quite heavy for Jake. Murphy, the southpaw, weighs 175. This is the second meeting between these men. Just a year before, Murphy scored an 8-round TKO over LaMotta at Yankee Stadium, New York. LaMotta's at the crossroads tonight. He said if he lost this one to Murphy,
he'd hang up his gloves and call it quits for good. But if LaMotta wins, he's going after the light heavyweight title. Sellout crowd here at Olympia tonight, 16,000 fans. LaMotta's a great favorite in Detroit. He's had 22 fights here, including his knockout of Marcel Cerdan for the middleweight title. The end of round 1. Round 10 of this fight between Jake LaMotta, the Bronx Bull of New York, and Sailor Irish Bob Murphy here at Detroit Olympia. LaMotta in the white trunks. Murphy looks out on his feet. He hasn't got over that awful beating in the 9th round. LaMotta confusing Murphy by going into the southpaw style. That's not new for Jake. He was a southpaw early in his career. Murphy can hardly stand up. The crowd screaming for a knockout. LaMotta trying desperately to score it. The end of the fight. The crowd's very happy over LaMotta's great finish. Jake pleases Detroit fans again, as he always does. Jake LaMotta, the winner by unanimous decision.